Welcome back to our channel. In this fun parts, we're creating UVs inside the software called Info 3D, and here is what I have done already for this model. As you can see, UVs are laid down in two UDIMs. And it's time to transfer back to our high-res assets in ZBrush. I transferred back our UVs inside ZBrush with the plugin called UV Master, and now it's time to export our displacement map. Go to the ZBrush plugin and choose the multi-map exporter and check the displacement. I exported the displacement from the subdiv level 1, and all of the settings are in default. And here is our displacement map exported. See you in the next step. Texturing inside the Foundry software called Mari. And here is our texturing process. The main thing I did is to create two channels. One is for the diffuse color and the second one is for the specular. Each one is 8K resolution. And here is our layer stack for the diffuse color. And I think it's not hard for creating such a look for our model, so it's only about 9 or 10 layers. And here is our final color maps, and let's move on. You can use other software like Substance Painter, and I think you can do it in several softwares, but I'm showing you inside Mari because I think it's the best software for texturing organic objects. For getting the specular map, I only duplicate the color diffuse channel, adding some luminosity and some levels to contrast to get a good contrast between black and white points. It's time to make some animation and lay down all our scene. As you can see, I imported the subdiv level 1 for our coronavirus, and time for the shading part. So I'm using Arnold renderer for creating the final look. The main thing here is when you import your channels, make sure you're in the correct color space. So for the diffuse you should use the sRGB, and for the spec and the displacement map you should use the raw color space. I use the subsurface scattering and I changed the UR to skin 1.4. Plug the spec in the specular roughness. One thing I want to mention here is that many people plug the specular in the specular color. It's not working, but here, as you can see, I use it for specular roughness, and for this coronavirus, it's good to use a subsurface because it's organic thing, organic object. So you can add some color correction node for creating a further look development. And now, as you can see, I assign our material to our coronavirus, and here is my final shader with all the edited parameters. We should add some subdivision level to our model. As a result, the displacement map work correctly. For creating the duplication of our model, to use it for having a good depth of field, I use Mesh inside Maya, and you can do it inside the lots of different software like the cloner inside the Cinema 4D or in Houdini and so on. Welcome back in the final step, which is compositing inside Nuke. I'm using Nuke for a while, and you can achieve the same results inside Adobe After Effects. Here's the two passes from Arnold Rendera, the color and the Z depth passes. I'm going to make some adjustments for our models, adding some backgrounds, some depth of field. One note I want to mention is if you use the PG Yeti from the Peregrine Labs for making some depth of field, you should export the camera as an Alembic file from your Maya scene and use it inside Nuke. There is a built-in node inside Nuke called ZD Focus. You can also achieve same results within, but I prefer the Peregrine Labs one. So guys, we wrap out this lesson. See you in the next one. Subscribe please. See you soon. Ciao ciao.